Look at that. What's that say?
Emily's. Was that a pig?
It's a
Or are you
pig.
just doing pig noises? Who's Emily?
It's a pork store in Brooklyn that's
A
like for
pork
cool guys only. And Noah went and he brought this back for me. So
Oh, that
got a
makes
little
me so
pig.
happy he gave it to you. Do you want? Oh my God, Emily's pork store. So last week we heard that you ate your child's treats. Now this was your treat. So your husband did get you a treat. He got you this shirt.
yeah, from a pork store. You know, some women get jewelry.
But he knew
this
it would
is-
be meaningful to you because it says Emily on it.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want you branded on my body.
Yeah.
Are you okay with the pig? I
Yeah, I
asked them
love
to
him.
draw you accurately.
It looks like a Simpsons
that's-
pig. I love it.
There is something so fucked up about it. It's a pork store. Look at this happy pig saying, kill me.
I mean, I feel like Chick-fil-A really thought they were doing something. They're like, we're the cows, actually. It's like, that's also like they're getting other animals killed. I don't like
Well,
any of this.
Noah was like, oh, you like this illiterate cow begging for its life on the side of a freeway? Eat more chicken. We're like, LOL, stupid cow. Fuck you.
I was like, please don't eat my children.
I know I talk a lot about Instagram scrolling, but I'm not even gonna talk about
my
the habit of
God.
scrolling. I am
Okay.
gonna say that our country has an obsession with understanding wealth, and the truth is, most people are not wealthy enough to be this concerned with like a Birkin bag.
Concerned in what way? Like want one?
Concerned at all. Like it does not need to be on your radar. Like you like just the, like 5 signs that you know someone has old money. Like
Oh,
what are you gonna do with that?
rob them.
You're gonna like you're just create your own
No.
content so you can like get into a country club you can't afford. It's just so bizarre. Like you're supposed to care about these things, but for the average person, like old money, new money, like should not even be in the conversation. Like 5 trips, tick.
I want to talk about another element of social media because I'm wondering if it's happened to you.
I'd love to. I
Have
would love
you ever
to.
gotten sucked from Instagram onto Threads because it shows you a thread on Instagram?
Yeah, but I don't have my Threads password, so it's always just like log in. I'm like, I don't know how.
So I go there. It's always something where they don't name a name. They're like, oh, she's up to it again. She's
Yes.
doing it. And I'm like, who?
Yes.
And they're
Yes.
always having controversies all the time. They're over there fighting with people. They're over there going berserk. Every time I log in, I'm like, this is a fire. What is happening? It's a 3-alarm fire. Most recently, I guess Simon and Schuster posted romance books don't have to have a happily ever after. And everybody was like, you're disgusting, Simon and Schuster. You fucked up literature forever. Romances have to have a happy, because I guess it's part of the definition. But everybody's like, Simon and Schuster should be afraid. They should be sorry. They should be crying themselves. So I'm like Googling,
Well, they
what did
write
Simon
that
and
so you
Schuster
click it.
Well, but I thought Simon and Schuster was like said like kill everyone. Like I was like, what did they say? And then I found out they said like romances don't have to have a happily ever after. And
People
everyone's
are
like,
just like
"They're
snacking on
horrible."
hyperbolic rhetoric just
Well,
for
the-
clicks. And I'll tell you what, I think one of the facets of historically celebrated romances is that it ends poorly. Need I point you to Romeo and Juliet? Caesar
Yeah,
and
I mean-
Cleopatra. Mark Antony and Cleopatra. Cleopatra herself.
I don't want to fight these Threads people, but the other thing that I will get served
They're
on
not people.
Threads is subcryptids who think celebrities have asked them for something. I literally got one today where it's like, Sandra Bullock, you fucking bitch. I gave you all that money and now you're saying I need to give you 200 back for the car. Like people falling for scams. Like an account named Sandra Bullock is like, if you give me $1,000, I'll give you 2,000 back. And then they're like, God damn you, Sandra. I'm like, what?
Here's what I think. It's just like, if you fall for that, it's probably for the best that you lose your money because I don't
Yes!
want you out there buying things and having any power swaying a market.
Yeah.
Like, you don't deserve money if you're giving
Now-
Sandra Bullock money.
If you are dementia, if you're older and you truly have dementia and you don't know, and it's just like someone
not
saying they're a
enough
man,
people
they're
to
just like,
qualify
I'm a
this.
hot man. But when it's, because I think my phone is like, you love Sandra Bullock. I'm like, I do. And it's just people like, Sandra Bullock stole $100 from me.
It's
It's
an
bad.
unavoidable trash place, trash bog.
It's horrible over there. I miss Twitter from 5 years ago, 8 years ago. Like, I miss old Twitter. It was fun there.
But if you look at enough Instagram, and Threads is designed, like the headlines are designed to make you be like, oh my God, what happened? Everything is designed to make it seem like something bad is about to happen or is happening. And yes, that is happening, but everything is designed to be like to make it feel like there's a fight happening everywhere. Dash cam footage, body cam footage, random footage of people fighting. It's all designed to like tense you up. And I'm not here for it.
I mean, all the fights on Threads are about heated rivalry, though. So I'm just like, I know what's happening here, why you're all so mad.
Everything I click on is like, welcome back to my series. It's like, it's not your series. You did like 3 parts of it about how to make like chantilly cream. Welcome back to summer series. And you're like, so everybody's just doing series about plating olives. Everybody's got a series. Everybody's got a hack. My favorite, 2 things. One, I hate when I get served a video that has like 8 likes. I'm like, I'm sorry, do you think I'm an idiot?
You were upset.
I won't look at it. I'm like, let's let the internet decide if this is worthy. And the other one is when people who work in like content expansion are like 3 easy ways to go viral. And I'm like,
Bullshit.
You have 10,000 followers and there's no views on that. Like, you don't know.
It's all trash. It's all lies.
Make $5,000 a month. It's all you have to do is go to Canva, upload this, and do that. You're like, you know what
those
a
are.
walking example. Scams.
Those, because I see those all the time. They get served to me because they're all marketing. They say you can start making thousands of dollars passive income doing a Canva, doing a PDF, you pay them for the little handbook on how you do that. So they're making their money off of selling that little handbook. They're not making their money off their Canva templates. No.
3 days to go viral instantly. And you're like, have you?
You're
also,
right.
Don't show me that you went viral on another app. Like, this video got over 10 million alone. You're like, but it didn't on here. So
what about when
fuck
someone's
off.
Instagram bio is like, I have 750,000 followers on TikTok. Okay, well, we're not on TikTok, bitch. We're here.
We're not on TikTok. And I learned that the hard way. In my hotel room, I was like, you know what? I don't have Instagram. I can't talk to someone. I don't have Instagram. And I've got like, it's like that dangerous period, like when you have like 3 hours before the show. And you're like tired, but you're kind of lonely. And I'm like, sometimes I would go live and I was like, I'll go on YouTube live.
But I was worried for you.
The button wasn't big. And so I Googled, how do you go on YouTube live? Like, I'm 90. I see it. I go on, expecting it to populate with a few hundred, just like Instagram does. And then some people follow 5 people. And that's so embarrassing. And I'm watching these 5 and I'm like, well, I guess, you know what? I'm not going to. One person waved. I was like, I was never here. And that video might still exist on my page. I don't know.
When I got that text, I was at the beautiful birthday dinner with my family.
Oh,
beautiful.
Is it your birthday?
No, my dad's birthday dinner.
Your birthday's in January.
February. Same month as yours. We were at a beautiful birthday dinner. And I got a text from you about like going live on YouTube, and I was like, "Oh no!" I was like, "Why?"
No.
Why?
I have nothing to say. I'm just doing my makeup, which I will give content creators credit. It is actually very hard to do your makeup and talk. It's actually very hard to say meaningful things and engage with people while you are actually doing your makeup well. So for people that do that long form and just talk, that's a skill.
Yeah, we need to develop those skills.
We need to answer these questions. And if you're listening, this is your call to action to please send us your juicy questions. No question is too big or too small. No life is too big or too small. No drama too juicy, too plump, or too dried up. We would love to weigh in and really hone in on what your problem is. So you can send your questions to Ask Iliza podcast at gmail.com. You can also Ask Iliza podcast at gmail.com. You could also do what, Emily?
Go to the Patreon, the Ask Iliza Anything Patreon. We have threads for you to drop your questions, and you do not have to be a paying member to leave your question, but there are some extra threads for paying members. But
steal other people's questions. Recruit your friends to leave some questions. Ask your friends question that they asked you, not directly to us, and we'll answer it by proxy, you know?
And then you go back to them and you give the advice. Next time someone asks you for advice, say, oh, I really got to think about this. Write in us. 6 to 8 business weeks later, you go back to them and say, I actually have a really good answer for your question. And then you pretend it was yours, and we'll let you do that.
And we'll answer your question Christmas next Tuesday. And so here we are. Here we go.
I have a memory shackled in my mind for the last 14 years, and I need some alternative point of view to get through it. In 2012, I went through the incredibly horrific, traumatic induction and birth of my eldest child. My first pregnancy, first birth. I was put in the hospital for bed rest for a week before the induction, was
Oh,
induced on a Sunday afternoon, and didn't deliver until Wednesday at 2 a.m.
that's medieval and should be
Oh,
illegal.
Jesus.
And I want to know where you were giving birth, what woman-hating state you were in.
Delivery was incredibly difficult, and the baby was over 24 hours without fluid before she came out, so it was a very risky delivery.
Jesus.
Because she was born at 2 a.m. after 2.5 days of
Pitocin.
Pitocin filled hell, that the epidural did not help, my husband and I were exhausted after delivery, and I was nearly in shock and pumped full of meds. So, after a quick 15 minutes skin to skin with the baby while getting stitched up and given a bottle from my husband, the nurses took the baby to the nursery to do all the tests so we could sleep. Here's where the memory occurs. My husband and I woke up at 6 a.m. to my mother in law arriving, knowing damn well the ordeal that we just went through. She worked downstairs in an office at the hospital we delivered at. First bad decision was choosing to deliver there. And worked very early hours. So she comes into our room, just over the moon, to tell us she had held and rocked the baby for over an hour while we were asleep, and it was so wonderful. Held and rocked the baby. I am still irate about this, nearly 14 years later, of how she essentially got a golden hour with my baby and I didn't. I have never told a soul. Am I out of bounds with this? Otherwise, she's a decent mother in law that I somewhat get along with. However, I still cannot believe she got this bonding time with my own child before I did. I need the advice. I simply can't get over it even all these years later. She's not mean spirited, so I know she didn't do it on purpose, but I cannot get past the fact she had such a special moment with my firstborn before I did. Help, Anonymous.
Oh, I think that's displaced anger. I think you're angry that that experience, that what should have been birth and you being with the baby, that you were, it was, I don't even know if it was mishandled or it just had to be that horrible, that you didn't get what you were expecting it should have been. And it was so horrible for you. So you barely had time and you probably weren't able to advocate for yourself, like do the tests in here, bring the baby back in. And you probably did want to sleep. I guess you could look at it at another way, which was at a time where your baby needed contact and love and you had to rest because mom has to rest. Isn't that great that she was there to hold the baby? And it, and it is a thing with mother-in-laws. You're like, I know you didn't mean it, but it really, I think you like overstepped, but she didn't mean it. And it's not like we've had stories where it's like the mother-in-law comes in and she barges in. She worked in the building. It's her son's child. It's her grandbaby. So she was just trying to be there and scoop up a few minutes. I think you could look at it like, isn't that great that at a time where my baby had just gone through something traumatic and needed rest, that someone from our family was there to hold her, that I would trust while I was resting from something that sent me reeling. I think you're mad at what happened, not at her, but you can't get mad at what happened because it's not a person. And she probably bothers you in general.
Well, it sounds like she doesn't, but I think you're absolutely right because you're not
She does,
mad.
because she says get along with fine. So she's not like, I love
She's
my mother.
fine.
Like she bothers you sometimes.
She's fine. She's not mean spirited. I think so. First of all, I will say this. I think there is nothing to be said to your mother in law about this. There's nothing she could say to you that would make you feel better. It would only make her feel bad, in my mind. There's nothing, she can't change it. There's nothing she can do to make up for it. 100%. It is not that you are mad at her for getting it. You are mad that you didn't.
Yeah.
Now, that baby doesn't remember it. It is not a special memory for that baby at all.
Mm-mm.
It is a special memory for your mother-in-law, and she wasn't even telling you to rub it in. She just met a baby. She's psyched. If I touch a baby or a kitty or a
It's
puppy,
her
I'm like,
grandchild.
look at this. Yeah. She didn't mean anything. I understand why you're upset. I do. I understand that kind of anger and like envy and just.
You have no one to take it out on but her.
No one. No one. And you just went through a horrific ordeal, horrific. And then she's like, oh, I spent a beautiful hour just
Right.
cuddling this newborn. You're like, well, I've been fighting for my
Yeah.
life in here.
Which is the plight of the mother.
Mm.
Like, like the mom spends all day with the kids, diapers and crying and tantrum. And then the dad comes home and it's like, daddy wants to play. Oh, the kids
Yeah.
are so fun. You're like, well, I had to go through hell. And that is part of what being a mom is. And it's not fair. It's 14 years later. I think you really need, if you still can't get over it, like you really need to get in touch with the absolute trauma this sounds like I'm telling you how to live. That's traumatic. Like people will spend their lives processing an awful birth. I suggest you write about it.
Yeah.
Write about it. Like sit down and write about it as if you were writing a screenplay, or just write out like as if you were going to tell the story in an essay, because that's not fair. And that's such a horrible way to introduce the love of your life to the world, for you to meet them, is going through that. And the fact that the baby was born, you held them, but you were so tired. You've got to give yourself a break. And I really think it would help if you looked at it like, my baby was all alone, and that's so great that her grandma was there to hold her.
That would
And I
make
know
me
it sucks.
madder.
What?
That would make me madder. If I'm the mom, I don't like that thought. I'm not happy for grandma. But my thought is,
No, but you got to hold your baby their whole life.
baby doesn't care. Baby's 14-year-old.
Yeah, I don't think she thinks that the baby
now.
cares. It's not about the baby. It's about her. And
Yeah.
I'm saying it's a special moment for the grandma. And you got to be with that baby. And did you want to do that? You wanted to go to sleep. Did you want to hold your baby? In that moment, you could have. You could have said, I'd like to hold it. But it's okay that you didn't. Or you didn't know your rights at the time. And if you did it again, you needed to sleep. And you are entitled to that. This is another example of moms like feeling guilty for resting. And you got to hold your baby a little bit after. I think there's something there. There's something that you need to like sit with yourself and really ask, like and I would have to almost ask you like in the language of you explaining it. I'd have to hear you, like the words that you're using, like when you verbalize it.
I think this is like the flashback. I think when you think back on what a horrible experience this was, that
You're
was
angry.
the cherry on the cake. So that's where all of your anger has been funneled into. The rest of it, you spent days. You spent 24 hours with the baby. It sounds like half in, half out of you. Like things were horrible. And so this one moment, this one ending moment was like the cat, like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So that's where your focus is. But that's not the worst part of what happened. It all
No.
sucked.
It all sucked. And women are it's kind of barbaric, and they don't let you stand up to give birth. And the Pitocin is like, it can be so arduous and so long, and you're waiting and you're tired and you're fucking hot, and it's bullshit. And so, yeah. And she swoops in. She's like, it was so delicious and magical.
I've been well rested. I went to work today. I had a nice meal, and now I'm holding a beautiful baby. Like, get out of here.
That's what being a mom is. Just absolutely eating shit all the time so other people can experience your children in a nice way.
You say that this baby is your eldest, so I hope that the other baby or babies, you had a much better experience.
Yeah, but the first one's the best one.
The
most
first,
important one.
yeah. I mean, this was
I
first
held Ethan
pregnancy.
for minutes. I was like, go to bed. And he did. He slept for so long. And I was like, it's okay. Could somebody
You're
watch
good,
him?
Ethan.
I'm so hungry.
Somebody else hug him.
Tired. No, he's great.
What do you do when you no longer want to be friends with your friend of 20 years and she won't let the friendship slowly die out?
Oh, dear.
Dear Iliza and crew, longtime fan from the very beginning of Eliza's career. I'm a
Wow.
40-year-old female who has been friends for 20 years with a girlfriend, 35 female, who I've determined I don't really like.
You are 40 and she's 35?
Yes, when you were 20, she was 15.
Okay.
That was your first mistake. To be honest, over the years, she's always annoyed me, but because she's also very sweet, I kept the friendship going. We live in the same state, about a 35 to 45-minute drive from each other, and each have 2 kids. We each have a toddler and a baby. On paper, it makes sense that we stay friends so the kids can have playdates and we can continue this journey into motherhood. But we have grown apart and really don't have that much in common. To try to get to the crux of the matter, which will probably very much make me look like the asshole. She has a very happy / have I done this one? She has a very happy / picture perfect life. In fact, her and her husband do professional photography as a hobby. So they
Oh, this
routinely
doesn't
send pictures that are
doesn't sound
curated.
familiar.
Okay. That are curated in the most beautiful way, completely void of any messy or wild aspects.
It'd be wild if you had, and I give totally opposite advice this time.
I mean, I've only repeated question once.
And
But I've
then
read
the
them so many
emails we got,
times.
the
By the
FCC called,
people
the
did
FAA
comment, call me.
called.
So very curated photos. Think influencer vibes, beige but with gorgeous pops of color, only wooden toys, tons of laughter, toddlers and babies only smiling, perfect toddler activities, perfect tables set for meals,
Okay.
perfect toddler recital photos, perfect holiday decor, you name it. She also does not share any difficulties or struggles with raising children. I am assuming because she doesn't have many or she doesn't want to let them be known. I would guess the latter. My life could not be more different, and my personality does not portray an image of perfection. I consider myself very down to earth and open about my life, my struggles with raising 2 young kids, we're both stay at home moms, and other difficulties of life. I cannot get my 2.5-year-old to do perfect smiles for photos ever, although I may get lucky and catch a genuinely happy moment. All of my photos have messes in the background, stains on clothes, drool coming down, food on faces. My toddler came on stage at her recital bawling her eyes out. If I
Oh.
go along, it's really funny when a kid is so upset doing something so normal.
Can I
It's
tell you
always
something just real
funny.
quick?
Yeah.
Kids getting upset. I brought home half a bag of popcorn the other day, and Sierra was in tears. She wouldn't give it to Ethan. I was like, let him have it. She goes, he is taking handfuls. And I was like, but that's how you eat. That's how mommy eats popcorn. You have to take a handful. And because she had just been doing one at a time. And then
Right,
she
and
like
then you nibble.
understood that's how you do it. She's like, go ahead, Ethan, take a handful. But like in her mind, he was taking more than he deserved. He
Yeah.
was taking handfuls. I was like, you got to take it easy. Give me that bag. Anyway.
If I go a long period of time being quiet, she will come back full on trying to reconnect, trying to do family trips together, sometimes confronting me about what's wrong and why I've been distant. She often talks about how great it is that we're at the same place in life, how great it is that we are raising our kids together. She cannot wait to do camping trips together with our families. That's the other problem. My husband does not want to hang out with them. Again, I fully realize we are probably the assholes here. He runs a small business that takes an immense amount of his personal time and generally means on the weekends we stay close to home so he can work and don't venture out too much. They are in a more comfortable position where their weekends involve doing local cultural activities, hosting backyard dinner barbecue parties for friends, baking and cooking with their toddler. If I try to get my toddler to help with baking or cooking, it's a disaster. My husband and I joke that when people ask us what we are doing on the weekend, we say surviving. They get up at
Yeah.
6 a.m. and are having breakfast picnics at the park by 7. I'm struggling to get my wild toddler to sleep by 10 to 11 p.m. most nights. At the end of the day, she just annoys me, and I don't find
Yeah,
her
I
to
was
be
going to say.
relatable.
And
How
you
do I
what?
stop being, and I don't find her relatable.
She
How do I
annoys you.
stop being friends with someone who is nice and kind, but their perfect life is just too perfect for me? Am I a horrible person for not really wanting to remain friends with her? Any thoughts I would appreciate? Love you guys. Sincerely, Jennifer with a V.
Jennifer, have we done this? Does that name feel familiar?
We might have just seen it on this question doc. That's what I
I
can't.
thought it was a typo. Jennifer, would it make you feel better if you hung out with them and her kids were absolute monsters? And you were like, oh, it's just for social media. It's not relatable. And I have a friend who I really like, and I think she's pretty perfect, and I get a kick out of it. My kids are not nightmares. I'm just not the perfect wife. Like I'm not the consummate host. Like I'm just not. And I'm always like, you're like class president. Like it doesn't threaten me because I like the way that I am. Do you like the way that you are? Are you bitter? Because I have hung out with people that have more money, and it doesn't make me angry about what I have. So I guess it's kind of like, is she exacerbating all of the cracks that are already there? Or is it that you want to hang out with other moms that are you don't want to hang out with anyone that makes you feel, although no one can make you feel a certain way. You're saying it's unrelatable because she isn't as real as you, right?
But it's like, yes.
And you want to feel better about everything, which is fine. Like nobody needs to hang out with you want to feel good about what you have and the limitations on that and your messy kids and all that stuff. And you'll never be able to parent like her. Do you feel good about the way that you parent? Are your kids, cuz I will say this, normally women will be like my kids are monsters but they're so sweet. I didn't hear you say any of that. Is part of you just like, it sounds like you're just fucking exhausted.
I think a big piece of this is not even perfect versus messy, but you're saying they have free time on the weekend where they get together and
Yeah.
they have a picnic and they have family time. You're saying on your weekends, your husband is busy and is just surviving. That's not a nice life.
No, and it amplifies. You're like, that's so cool that you have time to fucking do that because I don't. And this isn't fun for me.
Yeah.
And so she didn't do anything wrong. And if she were writing in, we would be saying about you, like, look, she seems unhappy and you have to just keep shining in your own way. But you guys don't have anything in common and you live 45 minutes away. I think you can simply say to her when she brings up camping, you can just be like, I have to be honest with you. Gary's business takes a lot of his time and like we are just not in a place where we're thinking about those trips right now.
Yeah.
And just like leave it at that. And if she wants to do stuff, you can just be like, hey, we have plans. You can kind of just deflect. And if she says to you, you can never say it's the way that she moms or it makes you feel bad. But it's tough because you're faulting her for being all the things that she's always been. She's probably always been bubbly and like kind of perfect. And she's also younger than you. So that sucks too. Because it's someone who's younger than you with more time and money doing something more perfectly. And it just always leaves you feeling like old and tired.
Yeah.
But you are under no obligation to hang out with this person or just take a break. And it can simply be like, hey, we are just like super swamped with the business, but I will circle back around like when we kind of come up for air. But the truth is like, it's really hard to take time away to organize stuff and you could just kind of leave it at that. Less words are the better.
She is not living her perfect life at you, but you can hide her account. You can hide her profile. You don't have to see it. I do think there is something to the fact that it's like if she's going on her 7 a.m. picnic, yeah, she took the photos and probably then the kids started flipping out and they went home.
Yeah,
after they ate their eggs in the park.
Is she going on that
They're
picnic?
photographers, so they're putting out content that looks good to get more business. That's their business.
It seems like you are close enough with her that like you know that this is like true. That they're going on these picnics and they're going, well, have you been on one recently? Are you falling for the social media trap? Are you angry at her? Do you think she's being inauthentic? Is that what bothers you? Or do you think she is this perfect and you feel like you're not enough? I think this comes down to your self-esteem and you feeling like you're not doing a good job. And I promise you that you are. I promise you that you are. And I bet if you hung out with her, you would see her kid, and it's not about her kids being bad or your kids being bad and hers being good, but you would see there's got to be things that you do better because every mom has their strength. And I think it breaks my heart that you're so tired that your self-esteem is this low because you don't deserve that.
No, but I'm now thinking of another angle, which is that your husband is busy with his job on the weekends. If they're going out to events like cultural events and local stuff and having people over, they're getting business for their photography place. They have to meet people. They have to wheel and deal as doing freelance photography. So they are also working. Their work is just at funner events, but they have to be salespeople if that's what they're doing. So,
and it's also like, yeah, to your point, she is kind of cloaking the fact that they're working. And even if they're not there to take pictures and they're just hanging out at like an upper echelon of society, you can just be real with her and be like, we really are really drilling down on this business and I just don't have the kind of time to do stuff like that. She should hear that.
Yeah.
Your family comes first. And it is hard. It's hard to put little kids in a car and go and do stuff. And we all have this fantasy that it's going to be fun. The kids can play. The kids don't need to play. That little, it's parallel play anyway. And so you're like, cool, so I can catch up with you and watch like your perfect like Betty Crocker cupcakes and I'm just sitting there like eating apples out of a plastic bag.
What's wrong with apples?
Nothing. I'm just saying like there's a way to enjoy this person in all of her perfection, knowing you're not that and she loves you for that. But I think it makes you feel insecure. And I think you need to really, because that's an ugly thing and I'm not faulting you for it because we all have felt that way. But I think you really need to get in touch with what about her parenting bothers you. Because it
Yeah.
can't be that she's a mom that has time to bake like perfect muffins and take perfect picnics. Is it that she's being inauthentic? And do you only have authentic friends? Sometimes when people make less money, they're like, well, I'm real and all those rich people are fake. Is it that? Is it a jealousy thing? Because you wish your life was a little bit easier, coupled with she kind of bothers you. And she always has kind of bothered you, but when you have kids, it's exacerbated.
I'm
The friendship may
jealous.
have run its course. Yeah, you can just simply say to her, we are just really focused on this business. We don't really have time. And the kids are a handful, so it is really easier for us to just deal with it. And I'm just so swamped, you know? But like, I'll see you on Instagram. Like, there's a way to just put it off, like put up enough of a thing. And if she keeps trying, you can just kind of answer every other text. Sorry, so busy. Like, you can just do that.
Yeah.
Be like, we're just not in a place where I have the time to hang out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you could even say to her, be like, we live 45 minutes away. It is odd to me because it's like, don't her kids go to a preschool? Like, doesn't she know those other parents? Like, that's a natural separation that happens. You want to play with your friends in your school and your community. So I think that will eventually take shape, but you should definitely plant those seeds now so you're not stuck with the friend that's like always driving over. Or you're her only friend.
I
Or
want a
she thought you
breakfast
were
picnic.
perfect. Emily wants a breakfast picnic, you guys.
Can they take me?
I'll tell you what, those items are not going to be hot. It's going to be like a continental breakfast, and I never care about eating melon or pastries.
Oh, you're right. You're right. I would be scared if I saw someone in the park just sitting with a bowl and milk and cereal. Be like, what's going on over there? Something bad.
That's so weird.
Something bad's happening.
You milked a squirrel. Nobody drinks squirrel milk. Nobody's talking about squirrel milk.
Nobody. We need to start
You
it.
can't get enough.
Then we'll have it at every cafe in LA.
Just
Hey, Liza,
diversify.
Emily. Wild. It feels like you're the best friends I've never met, but somehow you're in my car and on my walks with me every week.
Somehow.
Somehow we show up. I have an ultra specific scenario, and I'll keep it as short as my ADHD will let me. Here's the tea. I met my boyfriend when I was vacationing in his hometown in Oregon 4 years ago. We just had our meet cute anniversary. And by meet cute, I mean I saw him in the bar, had alcohol-induced confidence, and said, that one. And here we are.
Yeah.
We did the long distance thing, and eventually he moved here to Northern California, where I am from. His parents own a very successful business back in Oregon and would like to pass down the business to my boyfriend. Let's call him C. There's some emotional ties because his dad inherited the business from his dad. You get it. The conflict. Bum, bum, bum. His family lives there. Mine lives here. Both refuse to move for different and similar reasons. My parents are a bit older because I'm a cougar and C is about 5 years younger than me. So they've pulled the but we will die first card a few times.
It's a weird thing to say. You're 4 years older. 5 years older.
Well, it's just saying my parents are a bit older.
No, how old is she?
Is 5
How old
years
is he?
older. 5 years older than him. And we
don't know how
their
old they are.
ages. No.
We can't figure it out. We're missing that third variable. Okay. I
Well, I
also
have
would be
no-
interested to know where in Oregon and where in Northern California. It'd be funny if they were just across the border.
Well,
But
I have no doubts
Crescent
we would
City. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I have no doubts we would smash it as a power couple, and we've run a business together before. This business is completely out of my forte, and I'm not sure I see myself fully investing. Meanwhile, I've just started finding success with my own small social media career here, finally started making friends in my 30s, 30s, and just started to put down what looks like roots for the first time. We've run multiple scenarios, including a trial run, if I don't have a part in the business, if I'm all in, if we don't do it, and have come up kind of empty. As it stands, I've put the next steps in his hands. I feel if he makes a decision with the weight of my wants and both our parents guilt tripping rather than what his personal goals and needs are, well, that's how divorce happens. He needs to decide yes or no, and then we move forward
You're
to
not married.
understand the compromise. We aren't engaged yet, but he just told me that if I propose, he'll be super mad and just let him do it. So I think a surprise is coming soon. And I am so not worried about our future together. A few extra insights just in case. We make good money now, but are Bay Area, California poor, aka no possible house on the horizon, and would probably stay stagnant. We would start in this business making about the same as we do now, but the growth would be much faster, and the potential to grow in other areas much more open with the business assets and support. One other thing, C hasn't made any friends here because how the hell do men make friends? And it breaks my heart. It took forever for me to make friends in my own hometown. However, I don't really fit in with most of the women I've met in Oregon because I tend to enjoy more bougie things and less outdoorsy beer things. So I'm fearful of being able to find my people, but hopeful for him to find his. I guess my question is, do you see a way to compromise here, or does one of us just end up potentially letting go of something? Thank you both for being a realist, and you can call me Stina because that's my name, and no, it's not short for anything.
Stina.
So I just clocked, just real quick for our facts. I just clocked again, like he moved to California for her and is in California for her right now.
Mm-hmm. And he's not thriving.
So he already put his money where his mouth is. Now his parents are like, do you want to come back and run a successful business?
You work in social media, which you can do from anywhere. Hate to tell you. I think that's great that you made friends, but marriage is commitment. And it's really tough because you're right. Like for a second, I'm like, the women you met in Oregon, but drinking beer and being outside, like it is a way of life there. Like it is a thing. And you live in the Bay Area and you enjoy natural things. Like those actually, despite the fact that they're very close to each other, those are worlds apart. This is kind of like a Green Acres thing.
Yeah.
And I don't suggest you get engaged until you have this figured out. Because it's only going to exacerbate it. But it does seem to me, you both have ties to where you're from. You're from there. He's from Oregon, but he has this multi-generational family business that he eventually will take over. And so the question to you is it worth it? Just because you have some friends there, I don't think that matters enough. Friends that will change. You're in your 30s. They'll get married. They'll get divorced. That to me, I know I always like talk about friendships being like fluid and not mattering, but that a marriage is like a solid on paper, like legal thing. It seems like you guys have two different lifestyles. So the question is he worth it to you once he proposes? Because please do not abandon everything you have for a boyfriend. Please do not do that.
He already did it, and that was not a good move on his part.
He's not thriving there. Is it, if push came to shove, would you be okay with it? Would you even try living there for a little bit? But would you be okay? One of you has to move. And it seems like he has a stronger tie to Oregon, especially financially. And you don't have to work in the family business. You might want to. Maybe there's a way to carve it up. But if you don't want to, okay. But that's his way of making a living. That's his, and it seems to be something he wants to do, because I'm not hearing from you that he's like, and I don't want the family business. I don't want to take over beaver hunting. And I think that pull will be strong enough, or his parents will eventually pull him aside and be like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And so this will either come out that you were just from two different worlds, or you probably have to move there. Social media is a mobile business and you made some friends. So what? If you love this person, you've been dating for 4 years. And you're already calling yourself a cougar, which to me, I mean, you might be joking, but like, you're in your 30s, but you could be 38, like, and it's kind of like time to like make some of these decisions. Or is it that you can't believe in your 30s that you found someone this hot and this cool, and you're really trying to have your cake and eat it too? It sounds like before you get engaged, you guys really need to make the call. And normally I'm like, make him come to you, but he did. He's not loving it, and he's being called back home. So this is your choice. Do you go with him? Or do you stay there with your friends and your social media job and break it off? Because you got to live somewhere.
Well, and your parents. I mean, if you move
also,
there,
they're so close to each other.
Yeah, can you fly home on like how often do you see your parents now? Can you see them more?
It's a state line away. Okay, so this is what marriage is. Someone's got to give up something. But, if you go there, then maybe there are concessions made for you. You don't want to keep tabs going into a marriage, but is it worth it to you to give up everything to move there? Do you love him that much? Or were you kind of hoping because he was younger, he would kind of just like conform to your life?
It's not an easy question.
Right. You could be at an impasse.
Dying to know what his business is.
It's beaver. Beaver scent.
Beaver scent.
Beaver musk. Beaver scent.
What's the part? Don't they put beaver anal glands in vanilla?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen that
Maybe
Shark
he
Tank.
does that. What's the Shark Tank? A new way to extract it?
Yeah, she's talking about vanilla flavor, and she's like, it's beaver butt. And like no one laughed. Beaver butt. But that's what it is. It's like the anal gland.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's what his family does. They squeeze
Yeah.
beavers all day. They're beaver squeezers.
And you got to get in on it.
Squeeze the beef. Would love to have my beef squeezed. Okay.
Hi, everyone. I am on the verge of losing my mind. I go into the office 4 days a week, and the guy on the other side of my cubicle wall eats sunflower seeds every single day. One by one, cracking them open with his mouth wide open. It's incredibly loud and usually goes on for about an hour. He also eats chips at his desk pretty often. I don't think I've ever heard him chew with his mouth closed. I'm really sensitive to noise, so I wear noise-canceling headphones, but to even partially drown it out, I have to blast airplane-level white noise. I can still hear the constant crack, crack, crack. I work at a huge company. He's not in my department, and I've never spoken to him before. I'm not a confrontational person. I genuinely don't know how to handle this. How do I address this without completely losing it or making things super awkward?
Here's the answer. It's a huge company. Move your cubicle. Move it to another floor. Move it to another area. That's fucking gross.
Here's the thing. I feel like I quit a job once basically because somebody was always like singing out loud to themselves and tapping their foot. Like, you cannot tell someone else to stop without looking like a mondo bitch. It does not matter. It does not matter
Mondo bitch.
that it makes me so angry that I wish you were dead. I cannot tell you to stop chewing in your own cubicle. I wish I could. You can't. You know what? Society is against those of us who don't like to listen to other people's mouth sounds.
Because he'll be like, oh, okay. All right. Are you having a bad day? Okay. Oh, sorry. I'll chew quieter. And then it goes back up. There's nothing you can do. You're not even in the same department. I don't know why you're next to each other. Move. What are you going to do? Like, call your boss and be like, can we have a memo going around saying nobody can eat chips on the floor? You got to move.
The way that people eat, the way that when people, I don't feel like I don't go to the movies as much anymore because people are coming in, bringing in a whole foot-long sub. They're chowing down listening to them chew, and I'm just
You
like,
said
why
it's
is
a
this
massive
happening?
company. You know they have extra cubicles. Everybody's downsizing. It can't be that your company's the only one that's robust and every cubicle is jam-packed.
Yeah.
Just
no.
move.
Get
Just
out of
do
there. We don't like it there.
Never talk to him again. Just move. And start talking to other people about it. So at least you can kind of like gang up on him behind his back.
Yeah.
That feels good. Like common enemy. That way it's kind of funny and gross. And you can always like inner office message someone like he's doing it again. The parrot strikes again.
I mean, it is like, I actually had a friend who would text me audio notes of this person drumming on their desk.
Oh.
Because it was so constant and so loud. And I'd be like, I would fucking kill that guy. I wish that guy was dead. Why is he making those repetitive sounds?
Right. Yeah, the repetitive sounds.
Hi, Liza and Emily. We have another long distance question, Eliza. I'm in need of some long distance advice. My partner, 33 male, and I, 34 female, have been together almost 3 years, and we're friends for a year before that. We get along like best friends, and he's the only man I've truly felt like myself around. He is currently working in the U.S. on a 2-year contract with the possibility of a third, and he's been gone a year in September. He keeps asking me to take a year off and move overseas with him. I live in Australia. I visited him in D.C. in April this year and don't mind it, but I wasn't completely sold.
Oh, you weren't in love with our nation's capital? It didn't sweep you off your feet?
It's so hot there. I'm an overthinker, so there are a few things holding me back. I'm a teacher and love my current position. I work at a small school and know every kid by name. My colleagues are like my family. I wouldn't want to work in a school in the U.S. We built a house last year and I love it.
In Australia.
I moved around so much in the last 10 years that I crave stability. We could rent it out, but I hate the idea of someone else in my space. I have a large dog that I wouldn't be able to bring with me. He's 9 years old now.
That's the answer. You got to
And I don't think he would handle the plane ride. So I would have to ask my brother to look after him for a year. He stays there when I go on shorter holidays, but I feel guilty leaving him for so long. Finally, to receive any spousal recognition from his company, we need to be married. We're planning to do that someday anyway, but it would essentially be a formality like signing papers at the courthouse. I'm not into a big wedding, but I kind of hope that getting engaged would be a little more of an event. If I do decide to move, I know it would be exciting. We would travel to different states. I mean, states?
Like Maryland.
Yeah, and get to see so many beautiful places. I'm just a little scared to make the leap and leave so much to the unknown. Please help. I need some big sister advice. I hate long distance, but I'm scared to uproot my life when I finally feel stable. Eliza, I can't believe that it's not the man
Get this
that, yes,
cat's
like
neck out of the camera.
he's getting so much hair up my
Oh
nose.
my
Get
God,
out of
Emily,
here, sir.
we're trying to make a
Please.
show.
He
We have
just sits-
sponsors, and
he
there's just this
sits right in
pound
front
cake of a
you.
neck.
He just sits there and he just rocks back
No.
and forth like this. And I'm like, what is up? And now all the hair's up my nose.
Oh my God,
Okay,
do you see what I have to deal with?
Can you believe that this woman is not like this? If I'm this man, I'm like, get me to Australia. I'm not trying to lure you back to DC.
Yeah, he'll be home in a year, right?
Well, so he will have gone a year in September. So he's working in the US on a 2-year contract, possibility of a third. So a year in, it might be 2 more.
I mean,
So he wants her to come hang out.
I hear that, and he misses you, and you miss him, but you guys have a house together. You
And
have
a
a
dog.
life. And I hear that you're like, I don't want to be a teacher in the US. Like, you don't want to learn hand-to-hand combat and how to handle a firearm. I totally get that. And you have the dog. It sounds like you have your life. And this might just be a test. And it's shitty because this is before you get married, the time that you want to have fun and be together. I'm sure he has time off. I am against women uprooting their lives for men that they are not attached to. I think it would be different if you were married and there was some sort of contractual stability there or something.
But
I
not this one where you have to get married to be there for a year or whatever for his company. Like, no.
It just doesn't feel right. And you won't travel that much. Like, you might, or, hey, I have to work this weekend. Can you figure yourself out? And you can like get this like inner city job in DC and like teach at a school. Like, it feels like you have a really robust life there. And a lot of people are together. You're not even married yet. That's the thing. We keep getting these questions. It's like, and we're not married yet, but we know, but you're not. So there's nothing like obligating him to you. It just makes me nervous. That's just so much.
Yeah.
2 years and you're already done with one of them is really a drop in the bucket compared to the rest of your life. But it just doesn't sound right. We cannot make that decision for you, but it doesn't sound like there's a lot. It's not like you're moving to like an amazing place. Sorry, DC. Great comedy town.
You're a teacher. Can you go visit him for 3 months in the summer? I feel like leaving your dog in your
That's
home
right.
for 3 months is okay.
That's right.
A year is just so much to go there and set up a temporary life. Like, there's nothing.
And you may not
for
get
you
a job there. And you may not get the job that you want. And you're going to be making like pennies. Like, it just seems like a lot. I suggest he tries to find another contract that does not extend to that 3rd year. But, you know, we keep getting women who are trying to make it work with situations that are seemingly untenable. Now, you got together and then he got this job, and that's great. And it'd be one thing if you were doing it for your family. Like, it's so much money and you're putting it away for your wife, maybe your kids, but you guys are just 2 people that are dating. And it's not fair that you have to give up that much.
No, it really isn't. I mean, you have the dog. It's like you have the dog.
It's
you have
the
house, you
dog.
and he's not gone. It's not like he's gone forever. Do I move there? It's like, do you move there for a year? No, you go visit for 3 months.
Yeah, and it would be different if it was like, I have an amazing teaching opportunity but it's just going to be you hanging out with his friends. I hope he's available on the weekends. What's he doing? And then it's kind of on him, and that's kind of unfair because it's like, well, I moved here for you, and that's like it's an imbalance. Do whatever you want, but don't go.
I think people think if you're in DC and you're saying you guys would see a lot of the ones right around there's not a lot go. Like, it's not people, because you can travel around Europe and stuff, and Australia by like, I mean, I guess Australia's really big, but
Australia has nothing in the middle of it.
That's true. So
DC,
I guess it
you
is
can
better
take a
than
train.
Australia.
You can go to Philadelphia. Like, you can do
New
that
York,
stuff.
yeah.
There's plenty of stuff, but will you? I don't know. Australians love backpacking, but the idea that like, let me move there so I can go see like some of Pennsylvania. Like, okay.
I think I might drive to Knoxville in the middle of July.
Okay. Why?
I might go to a convention. Linda Hamilton's
What's the
gonna
convention?
be there.
Oh,
Fanboy Expo.
Linda Hamilton. Okay.
Hamilton. We'll see.
Okay.
But I was hoping that it was when Noah was there, but it's not.
I'm like, he's going to Knoxville? Okay.
No, he's going to be in Nashville. He's going to be somewhere in that state.
Knoxville we always like have it on the routing, and then we're like, that's a pain in the ass. We're not going.
Yeah,
hard.
I wouldn't fly. It's a 3.5 hour drive for me, which is not bad.
That's nothing. I do that in a day.
Yeah. So I was like,
That's
I'll
how long
do
it takes
that.
me to get
That'll
to the
be
grocery
fine.
store in LA. All right.
We got a thank you from a listener from the Noah episode who said, "Thank you and Noah for the PK grill recommendation. He loves his early Father's Day
Yes.
grill." His name is Daniel. I am MJ, a longtime listener, HR executive with an MBA who worked in hospitals and healthcare. Love this demographic. That is your
love
main
it.
demographic. That PK grill, remember they asked about pellet grills and Noah was like, no, no, no.
He
a
had
PK.
answers. He is a barbecue and grilling expert.
He is the pro.
He actually is. He actually is an expert. So don't listen to anyone but me via him. But him via me. You're welcome. Next question.
Okay. So we have another follow-up.
Okay. Red hot update.
We have a couple follow-ups, but this one is good. It's from the episode I Still Have the Body Butter. Is that red hot?
I was trying to do the pen thing. People listening hate this. Okay, go ahead.
From the episode I Still Have the Body Butter. I am the person from the should you date someone you're not attracted to question. Remember, it was
the
woman
woman
who was like, I like this girl's really cool, but I'm not. We were like, don't. She says, I went on a second date with the woman I was talking about. I wasn't really feeling it, so I told her I was feeling more like a friend vibe. She told me she wasn't interested in a friendship, so that ended things. Also, Iliza, I had to quit open water swimming for the time being because I broke my ankle and now I'm on bed rest. Remember, she was an open water swimming lesbian.
It's for the best.
It's for the best. And you were like, don't do that.
If you didn't break your ankle, a sea creature would have. So I don't know what you were doing out
break
there.
An ankle.
Smack it against an octopus, snaps it in half.
Okay, and then another red hot update, which was somebody had written in about having to meet their boyfriend's weird dad. It was like kind of a misogynist.
Oh yeah, remember?
Freaky.
They were like, I remember that.
The episode was Go for the Fun. Listeners, thank you. All our Patreon listeners are like, it was in this episode. Here's the context. Good work. I appreciate it. So, update. I went to coffee. Oh, did I say the episode? Episode is Go for the Fun. Update is I went to coffee. It was pretty much what I expected. He's the classic red-pilled misogynist. Luckily, Dad basically ignored me all of coffee and kept off his soapbox for 90% of the time together. My boyfriend truly didn't care if I went, but I decided to go to be that buffer and moral support for my boyfriend so the dad wouldn't talk about anything serious. And it worked. But the dinner my boyfriend had with his dad apparently made up for the chill coffee we had. I wasn't invited, and now we know why, even though we suspected beforehand. Anyhow, I survived. I hope I never have to meet him again. He wouldn't be invited to a wedding if that happened. So, do you want the context on what happened at the dinner?
Yeah.
She shared it at the end, like, if wanted or needed. Like, yes, this is exactly what we want and need.
This is why we do this.
Dinner's conversation was Dad giving my boyfriend the family picture albums and the family genealogy tree, which is nice until he used it as a way to try and guilt trip my boyfriend into leaving me and dating a real woman to have kids with. All this coming from a man who never raises children, has been married 3 times, is a serial cheater, and now dates 20-year-old women in the Philippines. Barf. So you dodged a bullet.
Oof. You know what? You did it. You went.
You were there for your boyfriend.
But I'm a little irked that you're like, my boyfriend didn't care if I went. It's like, he'd better. You're welcome.
Right, exactly. You kept the conversation light, so.
Okay, good. And you get a free coffee.
And that man didn't pay, but hopefully your boyfriend bought you the coffee.
Who paid? That's what we'd like to know.
Who paid for the coffee? Red hot update, who paid for the coffee?
I need to know that. Speaking of coffee, top of the cob. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I beat you to it.
It's the top of the cob. We're doing it right every day. You just take a bite, top of the cob.
Bottom. I woke up in the middle of the night last night and I had this amazing idea for something. I kept thinking I should write it down, and then I thought, no, I'll definitely remember in the morning. Now I have no idea what it was.
Just so you know, it wasn't a good idea. We always think we're like, I gotta write down. Then you read it. It's just like high school kids put on a talent show. Like for me, it was like a movie idea.
Yeah.
Salvador Dali used to sleep with a ball in his hand. I don't know if it was because he was on opium or just a regular nap, but the idea is like he would get these ideas, and as he was falling asleep, he would drop the ball, which would wake him up, and he'd be like, the idea. Mm-hmm. I will tell you, as a comic, it is a practice. You have to force yourself to get up, write it down. I keep a pen and a pad next to my bed, and 99% of the time it was absolute gibberish. Okay, what's yours?
My bottom is with the rain and the weather and the heat, and I had my bug guy come, so now the roaches are coming out of the cracks and dying. So I keep finding them
Yeah.
on their little backs, one leg still twitching. They're the size of a fist. And what I do is I sweep them up into a dustpan. I throw them out on the back deck, and I keep waiting for a bird to come and eat them. Now there's just 3 really big dead roaches on my back deck, and I'm just waiting for an animal to do their job.
They survived 50 million years, but they couldn't survive your house.
Well, they got sprayed. That's
They
the
got
other thing is they
sprayed.
come out of the cracks. I'm like, well, I don't want my
come out of the cracks.
cats to nibble on something that's been pesticided.
My bottom of the cob, we have that with ants here. Like when it gets hot, the ants are like, should we, like,
We're
the house
here.
is under siege. Should we take over? So much so that Sierra's like, they're my friends. And I'm like, that's fine. They're not going to bite you, but
Oh, yeah.
they can't be here. My bottom of the cob are hotel phones. For some reason, they never work. Not never, but like 80% of the time they don't. And I'm like, why is this in here? And you press the button and it just gives like a weird beep. I don't know why hotel phones often don't work. But I immediately unplug the phone because it's 2026. We don't need them. There's nothing that the front desk needs to tell me. And if it is, it'll come via my tour manager or a text from someone. And all a hotel phone is there to do is to either have somebody accidentally call your room or to have the front desk call you when you're like falling asleep naked. And they're
Yeah.
like, oh, we have maintenance. Like just, there's no reason to have that phone. That
Well, I
doesn't
feel the
work
same
anyway.
about the radios in there.
What are we? Alarm clock.
Yeah.
Is it
there's-
1995? And
Have you
also
ever had one go
hotels and
off?
no one can keep up with the type of cords. Like right now, everything is USB-C, and they've all been retrofitted for USB, but like nothing is keeping up. I have to unplug everything. I was in my hotel the other night. All the plugs were like had been like fucked so much that they were all loose. So I
Yeah.
had to pull the nightstand back and plug it in. Anyways, if you're a maid that comes into my hotel, just know I've unplugged everything. 1 for like just the noise things because I have tinnitus, but 2, I just want nothing. There's always a light. There's always a light in the ceiling that's like flashing.
Yeah.
Like why?
The, like smoke detector thing. Yeah.
Put a box around it. Anyway, top of the cup.
Top of the cob. Listener top of the cob. Getting influenced into starting a workout app and finding it's actually fun. Thanks, Hillary Duff. If you know, you know. Thanks, Hillary Duff.
Thanks, Hillary Duff. Thanks so much for listening to our podcast.
My top is, you know what? Did I talk about it on the podcast? Did I talk about my new glasses on the podcast? I don't think I did. I have new
These
glasses.
are from
Zenny.
Zenny,
Optical.
our sponsor.
And they're my first transitions, and I'm very happy about them. And I'm enjoying. I felt like my old glasses were touching my eyeballs, and getting like I felt like they were always dirt. I feel like somehow they were too close to my eyes, and I think this bigger frame keeps it further from the bed of my eye.
Well, congratulations on your first transition.
Thank you.
May it
Thank
be
you.
the first of many.
Although I learned something that I was like, oh, that makes sense, but I didn't think about it. Your transitions don't work in the car because they transition based on UV light, and cars now all
Oh.
block UV light.
Huh. You're just holding him out the window trying to get him to
Yeah,
go
like
back.
I need some coverage.
My top of the cob is an unrelatable one, but basically when I hire an assistant, it's a pretty easy job. I let you work from home most of the time. If you need to go to a party or something out of town, I let Danielle go. She has a lot of bachelorette parties.
She has a lot of friends. People like her.
Yeah. Too many
I'm
people
not
like
invited
her,
to
and She's
any.
getting married, so she's got a lot of things for that trip. And I'm always like, yeah, go. Just have your phone on, whatever. Like, I don't need to like squeeze value out of you. But the one downside of this job is that you do have to pick me up from the airport on a Sunday morning and take me to the airport, and these can be very early. Every time she picks me up, if it's early on a Sunday morning, I'm always like, God, I wish I had a cup of coffee. And so I started asking her to bring me an iced Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
What's your order?
And I will. My order is just coffee with milk. I don't get sugar.
How
I don't
many
get a special
milks?
thing. It's just cream. I just ask for cream, half and half.
Okay.
Half and half. But getting in a car and having an iced Dunkin' waiting, it's such a pro move. It's so nice that she does it, and it really brightens my day. So the pro move is having that iced coffee ready so that I don't have to stop in the airport and get one or swallow down like a mouthful of swill from the airline coffee. I can make my own, but having it there and it just gets you going. You're really chatty. And then it really powered my whole day because I landed at 8 a.m. and I have just been
Today?
like, yeah. And I immediately I had to clean up everything from the kids, and then I had work to do, and I just got it going. And I'm going to finish this, take the dog for a walk, eat dinner with my family, got to go to a show. And so it just powers it through. I love it.
That's
I love
nice.
the
Well,
Dunkin'.
I'd take you Thursday morning and I'd be like, okay, now I can get, then I would go home and
I'm
go
going
to
to
sleep.
survive without her.
And then I'd be like, well, now I can actually get the work done. Now I can do the important tasks. Now I can focus. She's out of here. I can get the work done.
Jeep, who I've done all these great ads with. We got another one coming out. I drive a Jeep now, and they just delivered my new Wagoneer S,
Oh my God.
which is so sleek and so lovely with a Macintosh sound system. Macintosh is not Apple. It's something else. And I had her go. I was like, you know what? Let's go get it clean. And the best part is the guy from Jeep who came to set it up brought his dog, and it was a little dachshund named Sunny.